Vietnamese food in Vietnam is not the same as you might find abroad. In this video, I'm heading to Vietnam to discover what people actually eat here. My mission is simple: to try local restaurants, explore different kinds of Vietnamese coffee, and try local food deliveries. It's day one, let's get started with the breakfast. Hello from Vietnam, Niki is here. It's been about a month since I stayed in the city of Dalat, literally my favorite place in Vietnam, and I realized that in the West we have a very poor understanding of what Vietnamese food is. I think you know Pho Bo, the noodle soup, and probably you know the taste of spring rolls, and some of you maybe even tried His Majesty banh mi. But there is so much more to eat. Dalat is home to hundreds of hidden cafes, and this place truly captures that unique vibe of Dalat. Countless plants, wooden tables, and random vintage decorations everywhere. Like many businesses and homes in Vietnam, it also has a simple shrine with some random offerings, and this spot serves coffee with simple breakfast dishes. Getting through the handwritten Vietnamese menu was a challenge, but I managed to order two meals: banh mi siêu mai and banh mi au plat. So we are getting started with a bowl of banh mi siêu mai. Banh mi, siêu mai, and Su is having banh mi au plat, two typical things that people in Vietnam often have for breakfast. Au plat simply means sunny side up, the fried eggs, and this cafe serves it with a shy amount of crispy pork, veggies, chili and soy sauce. What a nice way to start a day. And the food I ordered, siêu mai, are pork meatballs typically served in a flavorful, slightly spicy sauce that I treat more like a tiny bowl of soup, and also a tasty dip for my banh mi bread. What I really like about Vietnamese breakfast food is that it's not too heavy. Thinking back to what I used to eat for breakfast growing up in Russia, breakfast there can be a huge meal, but here in Vietnam it is much lighter and healthier. We also ordered a couple of coffees. I got a cup of Vietnamese iced coffee, Café Danda. My black coffee is a very typical thing for Vietnam, and it is super easy to make it. I usually add 25 grams of Robusta beans, and I use Vietnamese traditional coffee filter. Then I slowly pour hot water over it and wait for a few minutes. Then just add some ice and a cup of strong Vietnamese coffee is ready. That is exactly how they prepared my coffee today, with the only difference that they added some extra sugar. And Su, she ordered Vietnamese salty coffee, Café Moi. Now the salty coffee, that is an upgraded version of my black coffee. They brew it in the same way, but also add condensed milk to the base coffee along with a splash of salt and some heavy cream. And the result is amazing. That is strong, sweet and salty at the same time, and it's not gonna be your daily cup of coffee, but it's a great one if you feel like having a dessert. That's so salty.
Oh really?
Yeah, that is saltiness, pure saltiness. I am excited for the lunchtime because we come to try some of the most iconic Vietnamese meals. Bún chả Hanoi, something they eat in the northern Vietnam, in Hanoi. Let's check out the menu, and this little thing is the reason we come to this place. At this restaurant they have a lot of different Vietnamese foods. This banh mi bo ho is actually one of my favorite meals in Vietnam. That's absolutely delicious. There's also some fresh spring rolls, so many kinds of them, some fried spring rolls, some salads, and even some Western foods. Well guys, we got our Bún chả Hanoi and that looks great. You can find that everywhere around Vietnam, not only in the north, you can find that as well as in Saigon. Every single city has a lot of bún chả options. What we have here is the rice noodles, a generous amount of rice noodles with some white and black sesame, a little fried spring roll right on top of the noodles, a lot of green things like this lettuce, the cucumber, and something more unknown to me. I like eating this green purplish thing, but I have no idea how to call it in English. And of course the main feature of this meal, tiny meatballs, tiny meat pieces. The liquid is not a soup, it's a special sauce, and it comes together with shredded vegetables, like a little bit of carrots and a little bit of something else. Also over here we have a lot of chili pepper and garlic. That's gonna be a really delicious meal. I will add a little garlic to the meat straight away. A little bit of chili, although it's super spicy, so it's gonna be like a tiny bit. That's gonna taste great, guys. There are two kinds of meat in this bowl. This kind of meatballs and also this kind of flat meat. Let's give it a good dip and let's give it a try. Wow, it tastes great. Like I can feel really good meat texture. The sauce makes it a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. Amazing taste combination. Now rice noodles, you do not eat it straight away. First, you gotta deep it, like fully immerse it into the sauce, and then I can feel more of the sauce eating noodles, and I can feel the spiciness that comes from this chili pepper. It's actually a little too spicy for me. I added really tiny amount of it, and still, that is so spicy for me. Now, what about this spring roll? Not my favorite way of eating spring rolls. I prefer fresh ones, like with a lot of green things like that, with shrimps or with beef. That's amazing. But fried spring rolls also can be good. I really like this place. Just discovered it randomly while driving around this area, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try. There are some good Google reviews of this place, and yeah, that was delicious for the first time. That's delicious today. If you will be traveling to Dalat, this place will be a good experience, trying bún chả Hanoi and probably some fresh spring rolls. At least last time, they also were really delicious. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, candy. Thank you, I'll take one.
Yeah.
Come on, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
This lunch was really fulfilling. Like, I thought that I might have a dessert after that. There's one amazing avocado ice cream right down the street. But after having this bún chả Hanoi, I feel I'm so full. So let's go to one of the coziest coffee places in Dalat.
We are at the ashtray of life.
Guys, what a wonderful place that is. I showed this coffee shop multiple times in my videos and I keep coming here again and again. And I also like the name of this, the ashtray of life. I ordered a cup of bạc xỉu, which so far is my favorite kind of Vietnamese coffee. It's really easy to make it. Think about the black coffee that I had earlier. Just add to that a decent amount of condensed milk and even greater amount of milk. And that's gonna be the bạc xỉu. Staying in such coffee shops is something that I do really often here in Vietnam and generally in Asia. I either read books or do some editing or plan my videos, whatever it is. And that is the plan for this day too. Enjoy this delicious cup of bạc xỉu, enjoy the view, which is extraordinary, have some more local tea that they serve for free, and sign postcards for my Patreon members. A huge, genuine thank you to all my Patreon and YouTube members. Your support literally was and is life-changing for me. I'm done with postcards and it took me quite a while. Now it's literally 9 p.m, the coffee shop is being closed and I'm the last customer inside. And I'm going to meet up my Canadian friend to check out his favorite pho place. Yeah, we are going for a late night pho bo. Yo, Corey!
Hey, man. Oh, hey. What's up? Hello. Hello, internet.
Today Corey looks like really official. Very rare occasion for me. Usually I see him totally casual, but today, you see, professional teacher style. Corey says that he knows a spot nearby for a nice bowl of pho bo, and soon we arrive to the most typical Vietnamese roadside cafe. A small food stand facing the street with wooden tables and chairs and a menu entirely in Vietnamese. This place only serves soups with various noodles and types of meat, all for a very affordable price.
Would you like a beer, Niki?
A beer, a tiger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah. I've been passing by this place so many times, literally in the city center. I was just driving my bike here and there. I never actually stopped by to try their pho. Corey apparently knows this place, so let's check it out.
This isn't a complaint by any means. This is extremely standard pho. It is very, very cut of the jib, as one would say, but it's still very delicious. It's got your noodles, it's got your beef, it's got your assorted green bits and bobs. a nice table selection of sauces and weird pickled things to put into it.
This is quite impressive, the amount of things you can additionally get to your meal, starting from this kind of chili, pickled chili. This one is a different kind of chili, more like chili sauce. I believe this one is chili oil. We also got pickled onion, pickled garlic. Here is the chili sauce, a lot of different chili things. This sauce, I also have no idea what is it, I'm sorry guys. And this is a huge container of hot Vietnamese tea, free of charge, as much as you want.
I like putting lots of spicy in mine. Not a lot, like a reasonable amount of spicy. And then also some of this stuff, sort of like a mint adjacent. It's quite nice.
Did you just hit it? Slap the mint.
You gotta, not the meat, but the leaf, you hit it and it makes it like exfoliates the leaves and the flavor comes out. Most important meal of the day.
So one thing that I didn't know about pho, I supposed it to be a lunch meal or maybe evening meal, but people in Vietnam, they often have this soup in the morning, like a breakfast thing. It's not specifically a breakfast food, but they do eat this quite heavy meal for breakfast. Like there's a lot of meat, there's a lot of rice noodles, and the broth is really beefy, meaty, and they like to have it in the morning. I tried it a few times and that actually was good. Still prefer having that in the late evenings.
The broth here specifically, I'm telling you man, like I go to a lot of pho places in this town after work. This one specifically, I don't know what they put in their broth. There's some kind of a weird, like a very strong sort of a flavor. I don't know what it is. I've never been able to pinpoint. It's definitely some kind of a spice they put in the broth. The service is quite nice. This guy always smiles at me a lot when he talks to me, which is very nice. This is like a solid like 7, 8 out of 10 pho. It's nice. Nothing super special, but it's not bad by any means. P.S. Mom, hey mom, love you, miss you. Have fun. Have fun with Casper. Have fun at school. Tell Dad that I miss him too. And bye!
That was a really good bowl of pho. Thanks Corey for this recommendation. I paid 65,000 for what I had here. That's 20k for a can of beer and 45k for a bowl of pho. Also, there's many more Vietnamese food that I want to show you today, so the video is not ended by today. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and take you to try some more Vietnamese food. So see you tomorrow. Good morning guys, I'm staying home, very hungry, looking forward to having my breakfast, and today we're gonna make things a bit differently. I'm not going to the city, we're not going to any restaurants. Instead, we're gonna check out Vietnamese food deliveries for breakfast, for lunch and for dinner. And guys, if you're curious to see where I live in Vietnam, there is a full house tour on my channel. Be sure to check it out later. For now, I just want to show you something new that we got in the house since the day I posted that video. 3 wonderful baby cats. His name is Bag of Holding and he is a troublemaker. This is M. We called her for this M shape letter on her forehead, and she's a sweetie. And this guy has a very long name, but nobody calls him that. Everybody calls him either Fat or Dump because he's fat and dumb. And one loud baby speaker, you know, just to blend in with Vietnamese people who really love loudspeakers and karaoke.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
That's half. You want to hear full?
But let's get back to my food delivery. Xin chào.
Niki.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on. Have a good day. So the good news about food delivery in Vietnam, it happens really fast. I ordered this just 20 minutes ago. And the bad news, I live in a place down the valley and it takes quite a bit to go upstairs because food delivery drivers, they do not go exactly down. So I have to go upstairs to pick it up. Banh mi. So here is the banh mi they ordered to me. Let's have a look what I've got. Quite sad looking banh mi, not as crispy as I had yesterday morning. But inside we have a really good amount of fish cake, egg and a little bit of veggies. Yeah, this banh mi comes not with meat, with fish cake, and that is kind of a rare thing in Vietnam, but once I tried it, it was really delicious. And together with that, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. I use this Cafe Fin filter, and I'll put a really generous amount of coffee into the filter. I have a mix of Arabica and Robusta, 50-50, together it's about 25 grams of coffee beans, a lot of coffee. Here is the main pot where I put the grinded coffee. Then I have one filter, kind of little thing to press it. Then I'll place it on top of this filter. like that. Hot water just boiled. I'll pour a little bit, and then I'll just use this lid to close it and let coffee sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. The coffee is slowly dripping from the filter onto the cube of ice. I really like preparing iced black coffee this way, and if I want to have it a little bit sweeter, I'll add condensed milk, maybe add a little bit of milk, but today it's just pure black iced coffee. While it's brewing, let's give a try to banh mi. You know, this banh mi tastes good, like the filling with the fish cake, egg, this sauce, mwah, really nice. The sauce, by the way, a little bit sweet. The only thing that could be better is the banh mi itself, I mean the bread. It's not that crispy, it's a little bit soggy, but I believe if I go and order this banh mi without waiting for delivery, even though the delivery was quick, then the taste, the texture of the bread will be way better. And my coffee is ready. Let's give it a try. I expect it to be really strong brew of coffee, which it definitely is. To be honest with you guys, this was a very average banh mi and a great cup of coffee. For the next couple of hours I've been doing my typical things at home, you know, reading a book, doing puzzles, hanging with the guys, and then it was time to climb our mountain again to pick up the lunch delivery. Oh yeah, thank you, have a good day. Second meal of the day, I'm really excited about this one. Literally one of my favorite meals from Vietnam. So, what we got here is a bowl of Bo Ho banh mi. Bo Ho is a kind of beef stew. Banh mi, you already know, that is a French baguette. This is my ultimate meal in Vietnam. Doesn't matter if breakfast, lunchtime, dinner time, late night snack. I really like having this Bo Ho banh mi. Not necessarily this banh mi, just Bo Ho. It's amazing. Yeah, so the packaging is clearly not a big thing in Vietnam. It comes all very random. A lot of green things like green onions. These little thingies that I don't know name of. The lettuce and also onion comes together in this individual pack. There's quite good looking banh mi. I think it's gonna be little crispy, not that bad. I also ordered one yo tiao, at least I call it by Chinese name. I really like this kind of bread, but it feels quite soggy, not crispy at all. And the main hero of my lunch, the Bo Ho beef stew. Let's open and have a look what's inside. Inside the stew there are a few big chunks of beef, a few real thick slices of carrots. It's somewhere over here. Oh yeah, here is the carrot. And basically that's it. Really delicious broth together with some decent amount of meat and carrots. So what you gotta do with the leaves, you just take it from the stem and put it inside the soup, no matter what you're eating. It can be pho bo, it can be Bo Ho banh mi. Any kind of Vietnamese soup is served with this kind of veggies, this kind of greens. It is a very big thing in Vietnam. Then I just dip it into the broth, and what I like doing with the bread is just taking it apart and also dipping it inside the beef stew. It is really delicious this way. So I also want to give it a try to this yo tiao. Originally it should be kind of crispy, but this one is really soft, a little bit soggy. Probably that's a lesson for me not to order bread that often in a delivery. Like, there are a few places that do it in a great way. This one is just alright. When I tried this Bo Ho banh mi for the first time, next 2 weeks I was ordering it for my breakfast every single day. It's one of my favorite meals in Vietnam. If you ever go to a Vietnamese restaurant and you see this Bo Ho option in the menu, go give it a try. That's amazing. Hey guys, it's time to send postcards and I just arrived to Vietnamese post office. A little bit rainy day today, but that's alright, like it rains really often here in Dalat. I have 15 postcards to send today. Most of them will go to America, some will go to Germany and Canada, to the UK, and one of the postcards will go to Australia. And guys, I'm really happy to mail these postcards to people. The postcards are done and soon they will be delivered. Vietnamese Post is the fastest postal service so far. I'm on all the countries I sent postcards from. And guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new about Vietnamese food. Go comment what meal would you like to try the most, and hopefully next time you visit a Vietnamese restaurant in your country, you will order something new. Yeah, thank you so much for being with me. Спасибо and пока.